Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Alice, aka Breathing Magic. Welcome to the channel of magic, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. This video is about Beltane. In this video, I will cover when Beltane takes place, what this holiday represents, and 10 easy ways you can celebrate it. This video is a part of a series about the Sabbats and how to celebrate them. I'm making this series because I want to learn to live with the cycles of the seasons and work with the energy of this planet Earth and Mother Nature. So if you're interested in seasonal living and working with the energy of Earth, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so you get notified when I post new videos. Alright, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Beltane is one of the 8 Sabbats and is celebrated by many Wiccans, Pagans, and witches, and many cultures around the world have similar holidays around this time. Beltane is also known as May Day. It falls between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. It's usually celebrated on the 1st of May, but some choose to celebrate it from the 30th of April to the 1st of May. Beltane celebrates the peak of spring and the coming of summer. This is when nature is just blooming and summer is coming very soon. It was originally a Celtic holiday. Now, the exact etymology of the name Beltane is hard to pinpoint, but many believe it may have originated from Celtic words meaning bright fire, white, or shining. There isn't much written information about the exact details of how people looked at this holiday and how they celebrated it back in the old days, but let's just take a step back and think of what life was like back then. Back then, people were mostly concerned about the well-being of their families, their crops, and their livestock. Their livelihood really depended on the well-being of their crops and livestock. So it's natural that they would seek ways to protect their crops and livestock from health problems and seek ways to promote fertility. That being said, let's dive a little bit deeper and talk about what Beltane represents. Beltane is a fertility holiday and it honors the energy of life on Earth. This is a time when life on Earth is most active, nature is just thriving, thus fertility is at its peak. So this is a time when the creative energy of Earth is potent and fertile. The vibe of Beltane is like a joyous wedding. In the Wiccan belief system, this is when the triple goddess and the horned god, or the green man, join together in a sacred marriage, and their love and fertility bring new life onto the earth. Now, not all people believe in deities, gods, and goddesses, and I mentioned this before in my previous Sabbath video. On many different levels, the god and goddess are personifications of spring, and personification helps us understand and relate to the world around us. And for those of you who believe in fays, fairies, spirits, and worlds beyond worlds, Beltane is believed to be a time when the veil between our world and other realms is thin. So many people choose to give offerings to fairies and do fae-related rituals and magical work during this time. This is a time when things are moving and shifting and our hopes and dreams have become actions. And when we're inspired by our dreams, we act out of passion and our actions gain momentum. Now that we have a better understanding of what Beltane is about, let's talk about ways to celebrate it. But before I start, a quick disclaimer. There are many ways to celebrate this holiday, and everyone has the right to celebrate a holiday on their own terms and in their own way. So feel free to take what you resonate with and modify them according to your preferences, practices, and situation. Alright, let's start with the first one. Number 1. Decorate your home with seasonal flowers and plants. Flowers not only bring beautiful colors to your home, but also provide you with pleasant fragrances. You can use flowers such as roses, daisies, lilacs, lupins, etc. And rowan, thornhorn, and birch are also popular choices. And always remember to give back to nature. For example, I offer eggshell powder to my plants. Number 2, wear colors that represent this holiday. Green represents growth, abundance, and the green earth that is here. You can use colors that remind you of fire, such as yellow and red, to represent passion, love, lust, and fertility. You can also wear white to represent bright light, hope, and purity. Number 3, hang out with nature. There are many ways you can do this. For example, you can do some grounding meditations outdoors to connect with the earth's energy. You can also go foraging and familiarize yourself with the flowers, trees, and plants of your local area. And always do your research. Find out whether a plant is edible or poisonous before you put it in your mouth and eat it. Another very relaxing and aesthetically pleasing way to do this is taking a Beltane flower bath. It's said that dew collected from leaves and grass on the morning of Beltane helps to increase your beauty and well-being. You can add the dew to your bath water, then add some beautiful seasonal flowers, and just enjoy a very relaxing moment. Number 4, meditate with crystals. I suggest choosing crystals that are associated with love, the heart chakra, and or grounding. For example, rose quartz, garnet, sunstone, pink tourmaline, jasper, beryl, emerald, etc. Number 5, hand fasting. Hand fasting is a ceremony in which two people tie their hands together with ribbons. It's traditionally for couples, but nowadays you can do this with a friend. It represents coming together and committing to a relationship. The beauty of it is when you untie the ribbons and there's no physical thing binding you together, you choose to stay loyal to each other out of your own free will. Number 6, fun DIYs. There are a ton of pretty DIYs you can do for Beltane. You can make a pretty flower wreath, a daisy chain, a flower crown. Some people like to press flowers to make bookmarks or decorations for their grimoires or book of shadows. You can also make what's called a Green Man mask. The Green Man is a legendary being primarily seen as the symbol of rebirth. He represents the cycle of new growth that occurs every spring. He is most commonly depicted as a face completely covered with leaves or made of leaves. The Green Man reminds us that we come from nature and we are one with nature, and life within us and all around us is something to be grateful for. You can make a Green Man mask using leaves you collect. In some places, people decorate May bushes. They write their dreams and wishes on ribbons and then tie the ribbons onto the branches of trees. Number 7. Dance around a maypole. A maypole is a pole with a wreath on top and ribbons tied around the wreath. Now, there has been some debate over the origin of the maypole and what it represents. Many believe that the pole is a phallic symbol and the wreath on top is its female equivalent. People dance around the maypole to celebrate and honor that abundant and fertile energy of spring. Some cities and communities have big maypole dance events, but if you can't find any in your local area, or if you're currently in some sort of quarantine or social distancing situation, then you can improvise and make a mini maypole out of twigs and ribbons, play some songs you love, and have an awesome dance party at home. Number 8. Holiday food. Yes, we're finally at holiday food. Oats and oatmeal are staples. Baked goods are also classic holiday food. You can bake oat cookies, barley cakes, bannocks. Bannocks are flat Scottish cakes made of oatmeal. And you can draw lucky charms on your breads and your cookies. You can also add honey to your cookies, cakes, and breads. Many say fays like honey and sweet things, so many people offer honey to fays. When it comes to holiday drinks, you can drink wine or a beverage called caudle. A caudle usually consists of ale or wine mixed with bread, gruel, eggs, sugar, and spices. I don't think I've ever had one, but I'm interested. Number 9, make Beltane babies. For people who are looking to conceive, this is a great time for you to embrace your reproductive power and allow nature to give you some extra support. Now, although this is a fertility holiday and some people are sexually active, this does not mean that you have to have sex on this day. If you're not comfortable with it, don't do it. Just say no, and no is a complete sentence. And last but not least, spells, rituals, and witchy stuff. Let's start with Beltane bonfires because Beltane is considered a fire festival. The power of fire can purify and protect. So traditionally, people would drive their livestock through 2 bonfires to protect them from health problems and promote fertility. Couples jump over bonfires for blessings such as fertility and protection over their marital life. Beltane is a perfect time for fertility spells. For example, the cauldron symbolizes the womb, and people who wish to become pregnant can build a small fire in the cauldron and jump over that fire. And the energy of spring is abundant and potent, so it's a wonderful time to do prosperity and money spells. And remember I mentioned earlier how this is a time when the veil between our world and other realms is thin. If you're concerned, you may want to do some protection spells just in case. And since Beltane is a holiday of love, passion, and fertility, this is a very powerful time to do love spells and sex magic. And this is a loving reminder. Love spells and sex magic tend to create some sort of bond between 2 people. So if you're going to do them, I strongly suggest that you do your research, know what you're getting yourself into, and always proceed with caution. So those are 10 ways to celebrate Beltane. Type in the comments below which ones were your favorite. Did any of them spark new ideas for you? And how do you celebrate Beltane? I'd love to know. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you don't miss my new videos. And if you have recommendations or topics you want me to talk about, then let me know in the comments below. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. Until then, live from your heart and be the magic you wish to see in this world. Bye!